And hello there everyone, welcome back to another Ben Hammett video. And today we are going to be reviewing my least favourite airports, or my top 3 least favourite airports in the world on GeoFS, that is, and that's not just in general, this is just for GeoFS shenanigans today. Why? Apparently it was quiet yesterday when I was editing the last video. That's better, isn't it? You can probably hear what I'm saying a bit better now. So let's get going. So we're starting off with my least favourite airport in the world anyway, and it comes in here in GeoFS at number 3, and it's Bilbao in Spain. It's a long story. I've told it before about Bilbao. I'm not going to go into it again, for the sake of the poor people from Basque Country. But even on GeoFS, it's a disgrace. There's 2 runways, one of which is, I don't think I've ever seen it being used. As you can see, there's a hill on the taxiway. The single taxiway to the active runway here at Bilbao, and the hill also proceeds to go over one side of the runway immediately before touchdown. So that's pretty bad, and I don't like that at all. So you have to avoid that. Luckily, I can still manage to touch down well. It's the best thing that this airport's ever done. Ish. Those thick displacements at the end and beginning are just horrible to look at. Luckily, I can land a plane here, so that's good. Done better than British Airways did. So yeah, I'm gonna take a quick speed taxi down to where that hill is, on the taxiway, and we'll just take a look at how unbelievably bad that actually is. If we head round this, yeah, another thing to mention is that on the actual ramp itself, apron itself, there is a hill. We'll just take a look out over there as well. Luckily, only one of the gates is really affected. I mean, another one kind of, but that's of the gates. If you're flying GA here, you just may as well give up. But yeah, that's not very nice at all. Most of the air bridges are okay though. With that EasyJet, I think that is there. But yeah, that's a hill. On why? Just why? It's not like it's a small city as well. Bilbao's like the 5th biggest or something in Spain. I don't understand why it's just been so messed up. Maybe it's to reflect how it actually is. But yeah, that's Bilbao. Let's see if we can make it up the hill. You can see there, actually has lifted up some of the runway immediately before the runway itself starts. That's obviously the displacement, but still has a bit of an effect. But as long as I don't have to fly here, I don't really care. It's not like I have to, and I probably would choose not to, because history. So yeah, that's Bilbao, my 3rd most disliked airport on GeoFS. Let's go and look on the map for my second most disliked. Oh, it's there, look. Ooh, you ready? Ooh. It's this airport. No sign airport. Yeah. Gonna take a landing here in the 37 because it's the only thing that's going to be able to deal with this airport. Gear and flaps going down. First of all, I mean, we've flown here many times. First of all, there's a Spirit plane just taken off of the runway and is immediately turned. That is, it's just going to appear under the wing right now. Left wing, there it is. It's a bit blurry, but it looks like it's kind of turned way too early. That's a small thing. That's just a satellite imagery issue. That's not too bad, but it does get worse very, very, very quickly. So, a bit of a crosswind. It's the early morning here, and that was terrible. I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the nav, not spoilers. But besides that, it doesn't really matter about slowing down, because we're going to have the airport do it for us. We need to make sure that we have enough speed to actually make it up the mountain. That does be sitting in the middle of Denver's runway. And then we're going to actually do our choice of about 6 gates, because the rest of them are, well, pretty much impossible to get to, due to, where is it? Oh yes, there it is, the terrain bug that you can see out on that side. Going to be a bit clearer when we taxi over to the right now. Yeah, so there's a cliff, terrain cliff. Happens a lot on GeoFS, not gonna lie, but at such a major airport, this needs to be fixed. It's always here. Certainly not the biggest issue again with this airport. As that would be this. This is one of the This is one of the aprons. Sorry. Taxiway going across it. Some gates on the right hand side. These are the only ones that you can get to, mind you, without the terrain issue. And it just is a mountain. Look at that climb rate. It's 400 feet per minute. Just to even get out, and then you end up flying halfway across the airport because you're going too fast, and it just flings you up in the air when you get off of Mount Everest. You just can't use this airport. This is what America's. It's definitely in the top 10 of America's airports, isn't it, Denver? It's just. Oh, there are some gates on this side. I didn't even know that, but that's still not very many, considering. Look at the airport map itself. There's gates there, some there as well, isn't there? You just can't use it really well. Oh, there are some even here. That's not that bad. Well, there are some avoiding the mountain, but that does bring it down to the capacity of Southampton Airport. So, maybe not, you know. So, in conclusion, if you're flying over to Denver, divert to Southampton in Hampshire. Not New Hampshire, just Hampshire. Anyway, time to go for my most disliked airports. This was obviously going to be coming, wasn't it? Stockholm Arlanda. Now, you have a 50-50 chance when landing here that there will be a terrain bug immediately at the beginning of runway 08, which tends to happen quite a lot, especially if you're landing on this runway. It's brilliant. Then there's just the airport terrain, airport layout itself. I don't understand who designed this and why they thought it would be a good idea. The taxiways take 10 minutes to get around. You be here for ages. You can be here for hours, just trying to find a way to your gate. A couple of runways that look right, but this one is the worst. Especially if you are in a bigger aircraft. If you're in a 172 or a turboprop or something, you'll probably be okay. But if you're in a larger aircraft and you're going to use the whole runway, this is what you're up against. On the same runway, you are going to be facing a hill. Remembering that you could have had a terrain bug at the beginning, for purposes of demonstration I'm going to leave the speed on a little bit. So you would have had a terrain bug, a hill, and if we speed up a little bit to go down the other end of this runway. So yeah, half a chance that you cannot land at all, then a hill, and then oh look what we have here. It's the biggest terrain bug in the entire world. Thank you very much, Stockholm Outlander, and I am done. I don't need to fly ever again now. I simply don't want to. So if you're landing on 2.6 as well, you can't even make a touchdown zone because the terrain bug's immediately over it. Then you've got the hill, of course, and then you might have to deal with a terrain bug going across the middle of the airport anyway. So sometimes you just can't even win with these airports, especially further north when the terrain bug exists. But ouch, I don't like this at all. It just, how are you supposed to land on such a cursed runway? Please help me explain. And then of course the hill that was on the runway earlier is running across, and then of course if you're taxiing to the gate as well, you're going to have to deal with this. Most of the time that doesn't work. Surprised it did this one. You have to be flat on with the thing for it to actually work. So yeah, I think you can quite safely see why I don't like that one. No, it's not very nice. Let's look a bit at the taxi setup here. It's horrible. It is just cursed, and especially with Microsoft Flight Simulator X-Plane, when you're being told, I know it's not GeoFS, but when you're being told to taxi down this one and you have to go all of the way around the entire airport, and you're just sat there wondering why you even bothered flying here. It's just terrible. I don't like it. And then the airport actual layout itself, it's weird. It's like Berlin Tegel. Isn't that how you say it? Berlin Tegel. Look at that. And tell me that looks nice and a well thought out design. It's like, oh, we'll make that bit first. Actually, on second thoughts, we need these and those. Or we'll have some of these as well. They're cargo. Cargo's the best bit about this airport. It actually looks okay, doesn't it? And it's just that chilling. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's a 747-100 is what that is. So yeah, this airport has actually just been saved from its terrible reputation by a ruined plane that sat by the side of a taxiway that has absolutely no purpose whatsoever. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching today's video. I'll see you tomorrow for something similar probably. I was going to try and do something about trying to land a plane backwards, but apparently it's not possible, so that's sad. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow, as I said. Goodbye.